this is JC. Welcome to Missed Again, where every missed shot is a lesson. It's not about perfect play, it's about my struggles and honest progress. I'm spending a few days here in Penang, a small island just a 45-minute flight from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Known as a laid-back heritage town, it's the perfect place to relax, enjoy amazing hawker food, and experience a unique slice of Malaysia. Relevant to this channel is that I spent some time shooting pool at a pool hall called PP Billiards. I believe PP stands for Pulau Penang, which is Malay for Penang Island. It is a beautiful, cozy pool hall with 6 American 9-foot tables, 2 Chinese pool tables, and a selection of pool cues and equipment for sale. The tables and house cues are in great condition and well maintained, but be warned, the pockets are tight. I also played on another tournament table with even tighter pockets than this. So if you're ever in Penang, Malaysia, definitely check out PP Billiards. Oh yes, my pool cues arrived safely travelling by check-in luggage with my air travel packing method. If you missed my video on it, check out the link in the card above or in the description below. Today we're going to talk about a very specific type of shot, and that is when to use high side spin, specifically 1 and 11 o'clock hits on the cue ball. Most times that you use side spin in pool, it is for cue ball control of a cushion to get a desired position on the table. Depending on the side spin applied, you can widen or narrow the natural rebound angle of the cue ball off the cushion. Side spin can also be used to influence the natural path of the object ball through spin transfer, sometimes called the gearing effect. Don't confuse this with cut-induced throw. For example, if you hit the cue ball with left spin, it would transfer right spin to the object ball. And if you hit the cue ball with right spin, it will transfer left spin to the object ball. First, let's have a look at what are the effects on the cue ball when high side spin is applied to it against the cushion without contacting an object ball. Let's start with a baseline shot. If you hit the ball with a center ball hit with a straight smooth stroke, it should hit the cushion and come back straight to you. If you hit at 1 o'clock with a medium stroke, the cue ball will rebound to the right at an acute angle to about 1 diamond away from the center line. If you hit at 11 o'clock with the medium stroke, the cue ball will rebound to the left at an acute angle to about 1 diamond away from the center line. Let's have a look at the cue ball behavior after it contacts an object ball and hits a cushion. This is a center ball hit with a medium hit. The cue ball will contact the object ball and travel away at approximately a 30-degree angle towards the cushion. It then rebounds at its natural angle. Here's a 12 o'clock hit follow shot to impart top spin with no side spin onto the cue ball. The top spin actually causes the cue ball to move forward, so the 30-degree angle after contact with the cue ball is lessened. But due to the short distance and speed, this is not noticeable. Here's a 1 o'clock hit to put running English on the cue ball. Running English is when you add side spin in the same direction the cue ball is running after it hits the object ball. The cue ball rebounds off the cushion and spins out to the right with a wider angle than a center ball hit. Finally, here's an 11 o'clock hit to put reverse English on the cue ball. This causes the cue ball to rebound at a reverse angle after hitting the cushion. Just a quick note, this isn't a scientific experiment since my stroke speed won't be identical on every shot. Instead, think of it as a reflection of real-world player experience. Cue ball behavior varies based on speed and distance, so this is just one scenario. You must experiment at different angles and distances to see the different effects, and the results may surprise you. This video is just an introduction to the topic and not comprehensive. Now that we have a very basic understanding of the high side spin angles and cue ball behavior, let's look at some scenarios where we use high side spin in a game. Holding position with running English. Here we have a 8-board game set up where I'm stripes. I have 1 more ball and then the 8th ball to win the game. However, there are solids all around creating potential problems. I need to pocket the final ball and get position on the black 8. If I use a center ball hit, the cue ball comes off the cushion and contacts the black 8 due to the natural rebound angle, so that's no good. Now I'm using a 12 o'clock hit. But as we saw from the earlier example, at this distance, angle and speed, the 12 o'clock hit behaves the same way as the center ball hit, so that's no good either. So we need to use high side spin with running English to widen the angle slightly to get to the right of the 8 ball. If you use too much side spin like 2 or 3 o'clock, the cue ball will rebound too wide and collide with the solids. With a 1 o'clock shot, the cue ball gets into position and I can pocket the 8. Holding position with reverse English. Here we have reset the same shot. However, this time, let's assume the 2 ball is blocking the near corner pocket and the opposite corner pocket is free. So instead of getting to the right side of the 8 ball, we need to get to its left side. The way to do this is to use high side spin with reverse English to reverse the angle to get to the left side of the 8 ball. I just clipped the 4 ball, but it's okay as I still have a shot on the 8. Widening a kick angle. In this scenario, we've got the potential game-winning shot on the 8 ball in a game of 8 ball. The layout of the solids leaves me no real option other than a kick shot. But here's the problem. The red 3 ball is blocking the natural kick angle, and the purple 4 ball, which is right next to the cue ball, restricts where I can hit it. So instead, I'll aim the cue ball almost straight into the rail, but I'll hit it with top right English and use a soft to medium stroke. The spin causes the cue ball to spin out to the right upon contacting the cushion in line to pot the 8. Widening a bank angle. Here's a similar situation as the previous one, but instead of a kick shot, I need to bank the 8 into the lower corner pocket. Due to the position of the solids, I cannot do a natural angle bank, so I aim the 8 ball almost straight into the rail. I hit the cue ball with top left English and use a soft to medium stroke. Upon contact with the 8 ball, the left spin on the cue ball will transfer right spin on the 8 ball. This is the gearing effect. Slight masse around a blocker. Here's a situation you run into from time to time. Your object ball is partially blocked by another ball. For this to work, the cue ball should only be blocked by a small fraction of a ball, and the blocker shouldn't be more than halfway between the cue ball and the object ball. Aim at about the 11 o'clock position. You don't need to elevate the cue. Just shoot it level with a soft to medium stroke, leaning towards the softer side. The cue ball will swerve lightly to the right, then curve back in line thanks to the forward spin. That little bend is what makes this a slight masse shot. Finally, getting position from a corner pocket hanger. This is a game of 8 ball and your last object ball is sitting deep in the jaws of a corner pocket. You've got to pocket it and still find a way to get position on the 8 ball down table. Now, let's say all rail routes are blocked by your opponent's balls and the object ball is too deep in the pocket to use a rail first shot. One option is to shoot the cue ball straight into the pocket and try to draw it a full table length. But that's a tough shot. Not every player can pull off a long draw consistently, including me. Here's an alternative. Use high side spin or running English. Aim for a clean half ball hit. Any more or less and the shot breaks down. Strike the cue ball at 11 o'clock with a medium to firm stroke depending on the distance. The forward and side spin will carry the cue ball into the cushion just before the knuckle, then rebound down the table. The forward spin helps straighten its path, sending it 2 rails into position for the 8. It's a much higher percentage play than the long draw, as long as you hit that half ball contact. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed exploring the different scenarios where hitting a high side spin shot can be useful during a game. Use them as starting points to explore how high side spin can be applied for different situations. Hitting a high side spin shot is not as technically difficult as, say, a side draw shot, so it's a good side spin shot to start off with. No doubt there will be other applications of the shot, and if you have any other useful ones, please share them in the comments below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. It'll really help the channel out. Every miss makes us better, so let's grow together. My name is JC. Try not to miss again.